Being a SNES RPG with lots of small moving parts, Final Fantasy V is not immune to bugs and glitches that range from goofy nonsense that doesn't matter to oh damn I softlocked the game to overpowered practical utility. This isn't going to be a comprehensive list of every bug. I'm going part off my memory, part looking at the Final Fantasy wiki to get reminded how they work, part cool things comments have informed me of. A bit of a mouthful for the first one, but I see this one talked about a ton, probably the most, so better get it out of the way first. There are a handful of weapon types that are supposed to use your agility in the damage calculation, but all they actually do is add 0 or 1. This mostly comes up when talking about knives, since knives are actually good, so I'm just going to talk about those. People bring this up as a glitch, and I can see why, but this is still present in Pixel Remaster, which has very few bugs otherwise. I'm personally inclined to believe it was intentional. Knives are already very strong as is, and if you use this code gotten from the algorithm stats FAQ on GameFAQs, you can see that the fixed versions of knives are noticeably more powerful. Maybe saying it was intentional is incorrect, more so that I can believe the bug was noticed in testing, they played around with it and went, well, that seems fine. Either way, glitch or not, this was worth mentioning. My personal most mentioned glitch in the game is the Magic Underflow glitch, which is very simple to set up. Equip any Berserker, except Lena because her magic stat is too high, with the Thornlet, and the magic penalty from it, combined with the Berserker's innate lowest in the game magic stat, makes the stat Underflow past 0 and becomes a very big number. The only use that Berserker gets out of it is the Gaia Hammer going from these numbers to these numbers. Great improvement, and the sap isn't too impactful because of the Berserker's huge HP. Although hampered by not being available till the end of the game, you could steal a Gaia Hammer from Titan at the tail end of World 1, but the Thornlet isn't gotten till the Pyramid of Moor many hours later. The really good thing is that the hammer does the magic damage even on a regular hit, and it ignores row, so you don't lose out on anything by missing the Quake. In fact, you get a free back row Berserker. Anything that lets these guys do more consistent damage is amazing. The Rune Axe, a Berserker weapon that uses magic in its damage formula, gives +3 magic, so if you want to use this glitch with that, you'll have to steal the Titan Glove from Azalmagia, which is an extremely late game boss. You could run through the final dungeon, grab it, and leave to abuse it through the tablet dungeons, but those aren't as hard as the bosses past Azalmagia himself. Plus, rare boss steals are super annoying if you don't have Return. Necrophobe and Neo Exdeath are the two hardest fights in the game, so it could be worth your while. But I just put a magic ability like Black or Summon on, way less annoying. I legitimately don't know if this counts as a glitch, but I'm putting it in because at the very least it doesn't feel intended. If you quick save and load, the encounter table seems to get fixed in a specific order. The inner workings aren't really important. The point is the second fight will typically be that map's rare encounter, which is the best way to find the Stingray right above the Sunken Walls Tower, or the movers in the Rift. There's other neat stuff, like the double Iron Giants in the castle segment of the Rift, which is the best encounter EXP-wise in the game, and a shield dragon in World 3 Sealed Castle, or even this. It's funnier that Lena really hates getting poisoned, but the universe keeps... Holy shit, is this a new encounter? I've never seen this before. Makes me curious of how many other cool ones I don't know about. Used best with the Gladiator's Lure ability to reduce wait times, because goddamn does this rocket the encounter rate to an unplayable level. A similar bug with quick save is that when you quick load, the steps till next encounter counter resets, so you can very slowly walk through any area without fighting. Really, the best use case for this is getting the Elven Mantle in Walt's Castle basement before you have a thief with Flea, but, you know, still nice to know. Now here's a fun one, and one me and Jam accidentally used in our co-op playthrough. Armor and then float? What? This one is bafflingly easy to set up, especially for how powerful the potential is. In any battle where Mix has been used, Dualcast forces the first spell's target to be the same as the second spell's, no matter what. Just cast your first spell on anything, doesn't matter what, then cast your second spell on your intended targets. This can be used for cool stuff like Protega or Shelga, or a multi-target Flare. What's interesting is how normally single target only moves, like Flare, flare still have their damage reduced when multicasted like this. Although in Flare's case, it just ends up making it even worse than it already is. I'd recommend messing around with it. You can get some pretty funny results. Yeah, it'll cast it on us. Oh my god. You think the goblin gets killed, but actually... Total... Whoa! What? The only restriction is that due to the nature of the glitch, you can't pick different targets for the two spells, so no buffing yourself and debilitating the enemy in the same turn. It's a legitimate downside, but not even close to enough of one to ignore using it. Mix and Dualcast are already two top-tier abilities. It's crazy that they become even better used like this. Hey, more Mix being overpowered, how about that? Another simple one. The mixture Kiss of Blessing, Holy Water plus Maiden's Kiss, gives Berserk, Haste, and Image to someone, and this Berserk ignores any immunities, so you can use it on any enemy in the game. The immediately obvious takeaway, at least to me, is using the critical HP Knight strategy on any difficult encounter to trivialize them, but the real use is to use it to avoid boss scripts. Berserked enemies don't do things like counterattack or any on-death effects, so the number one practical use of this is to use it on a first form final boss X-Death, kill him, the script to go into Neo is ignored, so you just beat the game without fighting him. If you could get Mix before Archeo Avis, I'd use it on him too, but alas. While they fixed that bug in SNES, GBA introduced a new, unusually similar one with the Cannoneers combined. More Mix-like abilities being overpowered, how about that? Very simple one here. If you kill that same X-Death boss with Chaos Cannon, Blast Shot plus Dark Matter, it skips the transition and you just win the boss instantly. I don't know why, but it works. I even did it in a video on my channel. It's harder to pull off because you can't just use Chaos Cannon at the beginning and fight him as normal. But it's not like this is the hard part of the final boss anyway. You can pull it off easy. Just use a bunch of mimes if you're running out of items. The Mirage Vest is a body armor you get from an NPC in Phantom Village if you ride Boko around the world. The stats are fine, but it uniquely gives you one free image to absorb a physical hit with. It's usually not great in long-term boss fights because, you know, it's just the one, but if you swap your weapons mid-battle after the image gets dispelled, then it just comes back. Cool. Very surprised this wasn't removed in GBA. Yeah, Pixel Remaster glitch. It's weird that this one has just been in the game for forever, but if it lets me become even more overpowered, I'm not arguing. In World 3 More, when you get the Pick the Brave Blade or Chicken Knife screen, don't choose a weapon, instead quick save and load. The forest tiles will be back over you, but you're still able to pick a weapon. Do that, walk up a few tiles, walk back down, and you'll be presented with the choice again, and boom, 2 chicken knives, or 2 brave blades, or one of each if you're a freak. Either way, the ninja is now even more overpowered. Right before I finished this video, someone in my Discord posted an interesting glitch I hadn't seen before. It's easy to do, but also weirdly convoluted. If, on playing on SNES and against Catoblepas, you cast Dark Spark and follow it up with Bio Spellblade, the game does this. Who knows why, and as far as I tested, it only works on Catoblepas. I tried it on the surrounding encounters and nothing happened, but there's a lot of avenues to experiment here. Is it a bug induced by the RPGE translation? Are there other enemies or bosses it works on? Does it only happen on emulators, or is it possible to do it on console? Was it fixed in GBA? I ask you, the greater Final Fantasy V community, to test these things because I have not the drive to do this myself. Also, while I'm here, I guess I'll mention another thing that got uploaded on the last stretch of editing this. This Japanese video got recommended to me. It's about a bunch of random bugs, most of which I'd never seen before. My browser auto-translates the title to 18 little-known bugs in Final Fantasy V. Latest tricks revealed, like it's a fucking BuzzFeed article. And while I have no idea what the little Yukuris are talking about, the video's fun to watch, so I'll link it in the description. So again, this was not a comprehensive list. There's still more bugs if you want to go over to the Final Fantasy V wiki page, but these are the ones that I think are neat and worth abusing. I like that they're all really easy to understand and do yourself, and gives every version its own little quirks that make you prefer one over the other. You can post any other good glitches you have in the comments. Until next time, see ya.